The stage lights of America's Got Talent glow softly in shades of blue and gold, casting long shadows across the massive theater. The audience buzzes with quiet anticipation, the kind that fills the air just before something unforgettable happens. Cameras pan across thousands of faces, young, old, hopeful, curious, until they stop at the side entrance of the stage. From the darkness, two figures slowly emerge. An elderly Filipino man steps forward, his posture slightly bent with age, his hair silver and neatly combed. In his right hand, he gently holds the hand of a small boy, his grandson. The boy looks no older than 9. His shoes are a little too big, his grip a little tight, but his eyes shine with innocence and courage. The contrast is impossible to ignore. One has lived a lifetime filled with memories, sacrifices, and silent struggles. The other is just beginning his journey. Together, they walk toward the center of the stage, step by careful step, as if every movement carries the weight of their shared history. The audience immediately senses it. This is not an ordinary audition. A soft murmur spreads through the theater. Some people smile. Others feel a strange tightening in their chest without knowing why. On the judges' panel, Simon Cowell tilts his head slightly, studying them with his familiar critical gaze. He's seen thousands of auditions, but something about this pair feels different. Terry Cruz's voice breaks the silence. "Welcome to America's Got Talent. What are your names?" The grandpa clears his throat, holding the microphone with hands that show the lines of time and hard work. "My name is Manuel," he says quietly, "and this is my grandson, Luis." Luis waves shyly at the crowd, receiving a warm round of applause that makes him smile just a little wider. Manuel squeezes his hand, grounding him, reassuring him. "I'm here." "Where are you from?" Terry asks. "Originally from the Philippines," Manuel replies, "but we now live here in the United States." Simon leans forward. "And how old are you, Manuel?" Simon asks. Manuel smiles gently. "I am 72. The crowd reacts instantly, gasps, whispers, admiration. Simon nods, impressed already by his presence alone. "And young man," Simon says, turning to Luis, "how old are you?" 9, Luis answers softly, his voice barely reaching the microphone. The audience lets out an affectionate awe. Simon smiles, but there's a seriousness in his eyes. "So, why are you here together today?" Manuel takes a deep breath. For a moment it looks like he might struggle to speak. His eyes scan the audience, then drop to his grandson. "We are here," he begins slowly, "because music is our story." The room grows silent. When Luis was very small, Manuel continues, "His parents worked many hours. I took care of him. We didn't have much. Some days we had little food. Some days no electricity. But every night, we had music." His voice cracks slightly. "In the Philippines, music is how we survive. It is how we remember who we are." Luis looks up at his grandfather, eyes wide with admiration. Manuel gently brushes the boy's shoulder. "I used to sing to him when he was scared," Manuel says, "when there were storms, when life was hard, and he would sing back to me." A tear slips down Manuel's cheek. The audience feels it. The judges feel it. Heidi Klum presses her lips together, already emotional. Sofia Vergara's eyes soften. Simon's expression changes. No jokes, no smirk, just quiet attention. "Why this song?" Terry asks gently. Manuel pauses. The pause is long enough to make the entire theater hold its breath. "This song," he says, "was sung to me by my father, and his father before him." The weight of generations settles over the room. "It is about family," Manuel continues, "about holding on, about love that never ends, even when life is unfair." The camera cuts to the audience. A woman wipes her eyes. A man nods slowly, understanding without words. Luis tightens his grip on his grandfather's hand. Simon clears his throat. "And what does it mean for you to sing it here?" Simon asks, his voice softer than usual. Manuel looks directly at Simon. "It means that our story, our culture, our love, can be heard." Silence, then applause, gentle at first, then growing stronger. Not because the song has started, but because the truth has already been sung. Terry smiles warmly. "Whenever you're ready," he says. Manuel nods. He closes his eyes for just a second. The lights dim further. A single spotlight shines down on the grandpa and grandson. Manuel raises the microphone. His lips tremble as he takes his first breath. Luis stands taller, his fear fading, replaced by trust. The first note hasn't even been sung yet, but the room is already emotional. This is not just an audition, this is a legacy walking onto a stage. And as the opening note of the Filipino song finally begins to rise, everyone knows, they are about to witness something unforgettable. The first note leaves Manuel's lips, like a fragile memory being released into the air. It is soft, almost a whisper, but it carries decades of emotion. The melody is unmistakably Filipino, rich with longing, shaped by history, and heavy with unspoken sacrifice. The sound flows through the theater like a warm breeze from a distant homeland. The audience leans in. Manuel's voice trembles slightly at first, not from weakness, but from feeling. Each word sounds lived in, as if the song has been resting in his chest for a lifetime, waiting for this moment to be heard. His eyes remain closed. For him, the stage disappears. He is no longer under bright lights. He is back in a small wooden house in the Philippines, singing by candlelight. He is young again. He is singing to survive. Then, something magical happens. Luis joins in. His voice is gentle, pure, and innocent. It floats above Manuel's deeper tone like light over water. The contrast is breathtaking, youth and age. Beginning and ending, hope and memory, intertwined in harmony. A wave of emotion moves through the crowd. Gasps ripple through the theater. People exchange looks of disbelief. No one expected this level of connection, this kind of balance between two generations. Heidi Klum's eyes widen. She presses her hand against her chest. Sofia Vergara whispers, "Oh my God," barely audible, but full of wonder. Simon Cowell freezes. He doesn't blink. He doesn't move. His jaw tightens slightly as he listens, completely locked in. The lyrics speak of a father working under the sun, of dreams passed down through blood and time. Even for those who don't understand the language, the meaning is clear. Pain, love, endurance, faith. Manuel opens his eyes and looks at Luis. For a split second, the world stops. They share a glance, a look filled with pride, protection, and gratitude. Manuel's lips curve into a small smile as Luis gains confidence, his voice growing stronger with each line. Luis no longer looks like a nervous child on a massive stage. He looks like a storyteller. The music swells slightly, the harmony deepens, their voices wrap around each other, each carrying the other forward. It is not perfect, it is real, and that is what makes it devastatingly beautiful. The camera cuts to the audience. A young mother clutches her child. An elderly man bows his head, eyes closed. A teenage girl wipes away tears she didn't expect to cry. Somewhere in the crowd, someone begins to sob quietly. The song reaches its second verse. Manuel's voice grows stronger, steadier. The years in his voice now feel like power instead of weight. Every note carries experience, losses, victories, promises kept and broken. Luis follows him closely, matching his rhythm, his heart, his soul. This is not rehearsal. This is inheritance. Halfway through the song, the theater is no longer just watching. They are feeling. Simon shifts in his chair. His hands are clasped tightly together now, knuckles white. His eyes glisten under the stage lights. This is hitting somewhere deep. The lyrics reach a line about never letting go, about holding on even when the world tries to tear you apart. Manuel's voice breaks. Just for a moment, a sharp breath escapes him. The audience gasps. Luis instinctively steps closer, their shoulders touching. He sings louder, not overpowering but supporting, carrying his grandfather when his voice needs rest. That single moment shatters the room. People cry openly now. Heidi wipes tears from her cheeks. Sophia shakes her head slowly, overwhelmed. Even Terry Crews backstage watches silently, hands pressed together. Simon swallows hard. He looks down, then back up. The music softens. The final verse begins. Luis takes the lead. His voice is still small, but it's fearless now. It fills the room with a purity that feels almost sacred. Manuel harmonizes beneath him, his voice like a foundation built by love. Together they build toward the final note. The last lyric speaks of a promise that love outlives pain, that family never truly leaves you. Manuel places a hand over his heart. Luis does the same. Their voices rise together. The final note lingers in the air, vibrating through the silence that follows. No one claps, no one breathes. For 3 full seconds, the theater is frozen. Then, the eruption. The entire audience jumps to their feet in a thunderous standing ovation. Applause crashes like a wave. Cheers mix with tears. Luis looks stunned. Manuel bows his head, overwhelmed, his shoulders shaking slightly. Luis wraps his arms around his grandfather. They hold each other tightly at center stage. Simon Cowell stands. Slowly. The crowd roars louder. Simon's face is different now, unguarded, raw, human. His eyes are wet. He presses his lips together, struggling to maintain composure. The song is over, but its impact has only just begun.